Your ads are dying, but it's not your fault. The Meta ads algorithm has changed. The Andromeda update means you need to create 10 to 15 completely different ads for each ad set, or the algorithm merges them automatically, meaning they won't see them as different ads if you just change out the hook or change out the CTA. I've created ad creatives for Tai Lopez that generated him $77,000 in a week, and I've helped create ad creatives for 8-figure companies as well. And this is what I've learned. Ad fatigue is the number one reason that funnels fail, because if you can't even get the people to click on your landing page, then you have no funnel. So today, I'm breaking down the exact system that I use to generate 25 high-converting ad creatives every single month without burning out. Let's dive into it. All right, first we got to understand what exactly is ad fatigue that I keep mentioning about. So it's basically your audience have seen your ads too many times, right? So it was printing money, now it's dead, right? So because people hate being sold to, and the first time they see your ad, probably they're curious, maybe they click, maybe they don't. Second time they recognize it, by the 10th time they just scroll past and ignore it, right? So an ad creative starts to fatigue after 7 to 14 days of consistent spend. Again, this is spend of at least like $10,000 a month, right? So it's not small spend. Small spend, you won't reach that many audiences as well. So depending on the spend as well. But some ads die faster, some last longer, depending on how good it is. But you can't really predict which is which, so you just gotta keep making ad creatives. And to kind of explain the framework that we use here at Cool Creatives, you need to understand the 5 core types that work for B2B, right? Number 1 is problem agitate ad. So it calls out the pain point and then it makes it hurt and then basically positions your service as the solution, right? So for top of funnel is good. So for example here, it has the hook, agitate, tease the solution, and CTA. Your gym members are complaining that your equipment is outdated. Say you sell like fitness equipment, and every time a new gym opens down the street with brand new machines, you lose members, right? What if you could upgrade your entire gym for a commercial grade equipment for less than 10 members, something like that? And then CTA, watch this 3-minute video to see how, and that will lead to like a website to the VSL, right? So that's type 1. Type 2, just social proof, loads of social proof, basically just hammering home your case studies to your audience, right? The case studies that you've done for that industry, in your audience in that industry, and then basically asking them, do you want the same, right? So that's social proof. Number 3 is comparison. So it compares your solution to the old way or to other competitors, right? So it's basically the old way versus the new way, why the old way sucks, why the new way is better, and why the new way is your solution, right? And then CTA is to make the switch. So you can read that example here. For example, buying used gym equipment versus buying new. What's the real cost? Most gym owners buy used equipment to save money, but here's what they don't tell you. It actually breaks down faster. What if you can get new gym equipment with a payment plan, a warranty, etc., right? And then social proof before the CTA, and then CTA to lead to the whatever it is you're selling there. Number 4, education. This is basically I would say less market aware audience, right? So this would position like, did you know that blah, 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 blah. You teach why this is so, and then you connect that with your solution and how the solution will actually execute on the education that you give to your audience. So the education is always something that will make their lives better or make their pain points go away. So make the ad with that in mind, right? And then download our free guide, etc., etc. And then lastly is founder story. Very simple. It's basically just you as the founder telling about the story of your company, why you went into that industry in the first place, what problem you yourself faced, and then basically position your company as the go-to solution because of ABCDEFG, right? So this builds trust, because usually when it comes to founder stories, and especially if you have a cool story to back the ad up, this is going to work really well, right? So pick 2 of these 3 ad types, start brainstorming, and then, start producing the ad creatives. You don't need to do all 5 straight away. You can start by 2 or 3 and then go from there. Now, part 3, the content capture system. So you don't need to create 25 ads from scratch. You can create 5-7 pieces of content and remix them into 25 variations, right? So the way to do that obviously is to shoot the ads in the first place, right? So I'm not going to go deep into this. If you want this guide, it's going to be down below wherever it is you're watching. I must have attached it somewhere. If it's YouTube, link in the description, etc., etc. But basically, just do this in terms of the setup, camera, tripod, lighting, sound, what to wear. Again, what to wear, I'll highlight this a bit. Actually, match what your target audience usually wears. If you're selling to tractor companies, wear a work outfit. Selling to corporate executives, wear a suit, right? So be sure to position yourself where your audience what your audience usually sees in their professional capacity. Where to shoot, if you can. If you're selling to gym owners, shoot in the gym. If you're selling to tractor companies, shoot in front of a barn, right? Whenever you can, try and relate your situation or ad to your target audience as much as possible. Make it feel targeted to them. Make it feel natural to them, right? That's why these two kind of like components are often overlooked. People just sit on the room like this and just start recording. It's not going to work like that for everyone, right? So that will be it. And then first, you would shoot the 5 hooks, right? So the exact scripts to shoot are the problem, agitate, the social proof, comparison, education, and founder story. So these are the 5 scripts to shoot, right? If you want, you can shoot each hook 3 times, one with a smile, serious, blah, 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 blah. That's an easier way to create variations. Because of the Andromeda update, you kind of need to have very different ads with different messaging. So the more variations you have, the better. And then basically the bodies, right? So shoot the middle part of the ads, problem, agitate, social proof, comparison, education, founder story. So basically what we want to do with these bodies and hooks, even though they're different types of ads, you want them to be able to be modular. It needs to be able to be, mixed and matched, right? Even if it's a different type, right? That's how we kind of create these ads better and faster, right? You can read all about it. And in CTA, you're not just creating variety for fun. This is where, if you want to test different funnels, this different CTAs are the key to doing that, right? So if you want to do direct response, just straight into booking a call. If you want to do lead magnet, right? Like an education lead magnet, or like something where you don't really sell, then you can watch a video, or also VSL. VSL funnels include in here as well. Download a guide, lead magnet, of course, here. Get a quote, direct response, learn more. So if you have different CTAs, right? Sorry, if you have different funnels, like a VSL funnel, a webinar funnel, a challenge funnel, you can have the same ads, just make different CTAs, boom. And then you can see, okay, which type of ad actually resonates with which type of funnel, right? And then you can just mix and match. Perfect, right? So that's it, really. So that's how to shoot the ads, right? Hook, body, CTA, okay? Now, in terms of, you're not done with the shooting. You need to shoot B-roll, right? You need to shoot filler videos that will support your argument. Let's say with this fitness equipment, I'm going to use the fitness equipment business throughout this whole presentation just for simplicity's sake. But let's say you use the fitness equipment part, then you would have close-up shots of your equipment. You would have shots of people using the equipment. You can just use it yourself and then just have that as a B-roll. Unboxing, before and after a gym, use your device, So have different B-rolls for different purposes so that we can emphasize different points throughout the ad. This is very important, right? So now you have 5 hooks, 5 bodies, 5 CTAs, 15 B-roll clips, right? You can just brainstorm this. And then now you have endless mix and match between these ads. The tricky part, obviously, is having the bodies become modular with the hook. So one of the things that I do usually when it comes to this, I would create one hook first, right, of one type, and then one body of one type, right? So I would do that, and then I would basically create the 5 different ads first, and then have ChatGPT make sure that it's modular to one another. That's how I usually do it. It's an easy way to avoid confusion. Okay, just in case you get confused on that. Okay, so that's step 2. Step 3, get customer testimonials. Of course, the more customer testimonials you have, the better. And this will be very powerful for your ads as well. So usually customer testimonials or social proof will be just before the CTA. Okay. Except if you do an ad specifically mentioning the big companies that you've worked with, then it could be in the middle. Sorry, it could be in the beginning, right? Perfect. So your action step, schedule your first content shoot, block off 2 or 3 hours, record 5 to 7 talking head videos in the B-roll clips, and then that's done for the month. That's it. That's done for the month, right? Another option is the AI clone system. So basically now you can create AI clones of you so that you don't have to shoot content, or it's a cheaper way to start testing messaging, right? So this is good if you, this is not good for all types of ads. It's good for certain types of ads, like founder story ads. I don't think you should use AI. Social proof, don't use AI. That comes up very sleazy. Or your best performing ads. If you can use AI clone ads to basically test messaging, and then once you find an ad that works really well, you can just shoot the actual thing as well, right? Testing hooks, ad variations, etc., right? So how to create this, I'm actually going to show you in this video as well. You just need to use software that's called HeyGen. Give me 1 second, it's not showing. Perfect. So this is HeyGen. As you can see, I've tested different hooks with HeyGen. Believe it or not, this is an AI avatar. It looks exactly like me. I mean, without the new hair. I mean, my hair is better now. But yeah, this was before I had that haircut. See how good this is, right? So all you need to do to make this very simple, actually, I'll show you. So what you need to do is you go to avatars, and then you need to create new, start from a video. Let's skip this, click this one, next, upload your footage here, right? And then afterwards you're gonna, here, I'll show you. Let me put this one. It's the original one. Okay. Again, this is paid, by the way. This is not free. I forgot what it was. And then this one, you'll click new avatar for this one, right? Next. Oh, yeah, I only have one avatar. Next. And then it's basically gonna have this minimum 2 minutes of footage. This is just an example, so don't follow me on this specific tutorial, but 2 minutes of footage, right? Once that's done, okay. Once that's done, you're gonna go to create. You're gonna go create quick avatar video. Hold up. This is better. Hold up. New video. Quick avatar video. Choose avatar, my avatar. Choose the avatar you just created here. Next, add script, and then you can just type your script over here. Now, in terms of the voice, right? You would, okay, sorry, for the motion engine, always use, I think, Avatar 4. Yeah, this is the latest model one. So Avatar 4. And then basically, don't forget, guys, to click here. And then the audio itself, you would choose here. And then you would create new voice. And then you would, you can either instant voice cloning here, or what I do is I integrate a third party voice, right? So what you do here is basically just paste the API key from 11 Labs, right? As you can see here, it's actually already here, and then you can use that, right? In terms of 11 Labs, let me show you the example. Hold up. So this is 11 Labs. If you're not familiar, so 11 Labs, all you need to do is go to voices, create or clone a voice. You can subscribe if you want, or voice design, right? I usually use my company's account. This is a different one. So what you would do, basically, I'll just show you instant voice clone. And what you need to do here is basically just upload your audio, and that's it, right? I'm not going to go deep into that because it's very simple. Basically, after you've done that, and then you generate a voice here, you then go to that here, right? And then basically use that as the voice over here. Yes, there we go. It'll show up here, right? It'll show up here, and then you can just choose. Boom, done. That's how you make AI clones. Very simple. Takes about like 30 minutes. All right. Part 4 is basically finalizing the ads, right? Of course, you would need editors. So take those ads that you've made it into 5 core ads, right? You can start easy. Just use each ad type. If you do 5, right? If not, you can just mix and match, right? So after that, you can just mix and match. Change the hook, change the CTA, change the format, and then change the length, right? If you want to, certain parts of the body you want to delete or anything, that's one of the things that you can do. That's why the Andromeda update, right? You need to create 10 to 15 truly different ads per ad set for this to work, right? That's why we shoot so many different variations. So this doesn't count as a similar ad. Like, a lot of people would just make one ad and change the first 3 seconds and leave the rest the same, right? that doesn't quite work anymore, right? So you need different messaging, different format, and that's why the body needs to be modular, right? So that it makes sense to switch between the hooks and the bodies as well. So it's a completely different ad, right? So I would definitely don't be lazy and actually start by mixing and matching the ads completely, not just changing up the hooks. That's what I would recommend to combat the Andromeda update. Yeah. And then number 2, you can also have different formats. So same script, different actor, same script, different setting, same script, different editing. Just also easy, right? So that's why you need 5. And then after that, you aim for 10 to 15 ads that are genuinely different, right? And you can also create more creatives, not by shooting video, but also designing, right? So if you have a designer, you can make a text ad here and then, put it in for design, right? And then after that, you launch it, right? You launch the ads, launch in batches. I would say 5 ads minimum. Currently, like at the time of this recording, I do minimum 10 in one ad set. So yeah, if you want to do 10, that would be better. And then track the CTR, how many people click, track this cost per acquisition, how much did it cost to get a lead, track the return on ad spend, track the engagement, and then kill the losers and scale the winners, right? And then that's it. And then once you start producing, it can feel overwhelming, but don't stop, right? Because if your ads are not working, you always need backups, right? You always need backups, right? So a few tips for you to prevent yourself from burning out: batch everything. So just dedicate one day. Okay. Number 2, use templates, especially for video editing, right? So don't use similar editing style. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. Like, the editing style is not really that important as long as the messagings are different. And then basically hire an editor. So you can hire an editor from Upwork. You can use a subscription service like coolcreatives.com. That's mine. Or you can train someone to use templates, right? You can use softwares like CapCut, which is easy, Veed, so simple video editing softwares. Okay, perfect. So let's put it all together. Week 1, you identify the ads, you shoot the ads, you edit the ads, create the variations, and then you launch the ads. That's it, right? Week 1, 2, 3, 4, and done. And then this is the blank templates that you can get. Okay, and then this is the complete ad creative examples. Okay. So hopefully that was useful. If you are interested, I run a done-for-you paid ads client acquisition system that guarantees 10 to 15 new high-ticket clients every month for B2B companies doing 50K plus per month. It's called the Never Stale Funnel System. It includes 25 ad creatives every month, including AI clones, so you don't have to keep re-recording. Complete funnel setup with the landing pages, CVSL email sequences. We'll write it out, you record, and then we edit it. We'll build the landing page, write the copywriting for the landing page. We'll write out the email sequences, 4 YouTube videos plus 16 social posts monthly for authority building, and then getting you in 2 US national publication placements every month. And of course, the media buying, traffic optimization, and conversion. So here's the best part. I guarantee you 30 clients by month 3, or you don't pay and I work for free until you hit that goal. So if you want to skip the do-it-yourself route and you want me to build the entire system for you, just book a free strategy call with me. We'll audit your current ad creatives and funnel if you already have one. If you don't, then we're gonna make a custom game plan for your offer to get 10 to 15 clients per month predictably, and see if the system will be a fit for your business. So if you're interested, put a link in the description below. If you're watching this on YouTube, if you're watching this on the website, definitely on the website. If you're opening this document, then definitely in the document over here. So thank you for watching, and yeah, hopefully I can talk to you soon and work together. See ya.